if I go to Suno and we're getting into AI shit, yeah, and I want to have a song generated, I can't type in Brothers Landreth. I can't use your name. It's going to say, no, don't do that, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. So you got to put in a style.
Okay.
If I wanted to get as close as possible to something that you would write.
Can you reference other artists?
Nope.
Fuck.
It's got to be a style. What style do I fucking put in to come up with you?
I don't know. I mean...
Because that's tough.
Yeah.
Americana? That's too...
It's too broad.
For Canadiana?
Yeah, and it's not quite... Because I would say there's more American influence in the sounds that we make. Like if you could use other artists, I would just list off like 4 artists and go smush these guys together.
Can't list when I want to do like a John Mayer type thing.
Yeah.
What is John Mayer?
Well, yeah, right.
Is that pop music? Then it's gonna
but no.
But then it's gonna give me like a Britney Spears type thing.
Yeah.
So electric guitar, Americana pop, but it's too broad, and it's that style that I'm lumping you in with Mayer, even though that's more on the pop side.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really necessarily have a style name that I can put in.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, to be honest, like that's been one of our biggest challenges as a band is explaining what it is. Thankfully, we've been around for long enough. And the internet is such that, people don't, and unless you're trying to get new fans, people don't really care. But new fans obviously do. And people will go, oh, I don't listen to that kind of music, so I'm not interested. But, I think like people who like vocal harmonies but aren't into guitar still would like the band.
Yeah.
People who like guitar and don't really care about anything else might still like the band. People who like songs will also still like the band. So it's a challenge. But I would say
blues is not right.
No.
Even though it's adjacent.
Yeah. But I'm not I grew up listening to blues in the early days, but I'm not a blues purist by any stretch. There's lots of blues music that I love, but yeah, I don't know. I would say like Southern California.
Southern California, okay.
Well, just because I'm thinking like Ry Cooder, the Eagles, but that, I don't know. Fuck, what would you answer the question? Yeah. Slide guitar, 3-part harmony, Americana.
Low key?
Yeah. Sure.
Americana. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're not allowed to say the artist names.
Yeah.
Or albums or whatever. Oh, that's funny. I tried to do an unboxing song for an Enya product and it wouldn't let me.
Okay.
The company's called Enya.
Right.
But Enya is an artist.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me do anything with Enya. I had to have the company name, couldn't use it because that's also an artist.
That's fine.
It's very protective there when it, on the other hand, steals everything.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
But let's go there. This is going to be a long ass video. Let's go there for a second, because everyone's got an issue with music AI, right? And it's absolutely not okay that they took all of our shit and trained their stuff with it without asking us.
Yeah.
Full on, not cool.
Yeah.
I would have probably said, take my albums, sure, hey, give me a percentage bump on streaming for that, whatever. Some kind of quid pro
quo.
Thank you.
I can't even say it.
But that's not cool. But ethically speaking, when you write, weren't you trained on people's music?
1,000%.
Yep.
And there's not a single sound. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is watching an artist do an interview and they don't mention their sources. Like when somebody goes, "Oh, I love your guitar playing. It's so original," and they go, "Yeah, just do my thing," It's like, fuck that. No, you don't.
We're all not ripping off, but we're all inspired by.
I am wholeheartedly ripping people off. That's honestly, it's a part of my identity. I think like I've been talking about this a fair amount this weekend, but like, when people go, "How did you find your sound?" I'm just doing my best to sound like my heroes, and I'll never get there. And that's my sound. My sound
Lawsuits
is like...
go to Joey Landreth at Canucks.com.
Exactly. But I mean, that's what everybody's doing. That's what absolutely everybody's doing. If you listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan, you can hear Albert King. loud and clear. You can hear Hendrix. You can hear his
That's how music works.
His brother Jimmy. Yeah, and if you were to ask him, that's what he would say.
Yeah.
And somebody like, oh, how'd you get your sound? He's just like, put Albert King, Jimi Hendrix, my brother Jimmy, probably Freddie King, B.B. King, Eric Clapton. You put them all together in a room and you get Stevie Ray.
So how is, like, if you listen to AI and you can clearly hear bits of songs being pushed together, I would say, yeah, it's a granular thing. It's just like ripping actual recordings off and putting them together. But that's not what it's doing. It's doing what we're doing. Yeah. It's been trained and it's assembling anew because there's new lyrics and the phrasing can't be ripped off by any other song, right? So it is exactly doing what we're doing. How is that? Where's the difference ethically?
It's a great question that I have no answer to.
Is it because we paid for the albums? But maybe you didn't. Yeah. Maybe you just heard it somewhere. So I don't know I know that there's something wrong about what they're doing.
Yeah. Well,
what is it?
I mean, I think a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's fine. But I grew up in a music industry where no one sold records. So when streaming came along, it was just an opportunity to skip out where, like, before I was making records, you had to have label representation, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted your music to be distributed, you had to sign a deal. When streaming came along, that allowed everyone who wanted to make a record to be able to make a record. And that's honestly the reason that I have a career now, because like we've had record deals over the years, but like when we were trying to shop around to major labels, the answer was always the same. What do we call this? How do we market this? It's not pop, it's not country, it's not blues, it's not rock, it's not this, it's not that, but it's a little bit of everything. And I don't know, like none of the songs are hits.
Try later, go into Suno and say, it's not rock, it's not country, it's a little bit of everything, go.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Sure, I'm into it. So like there's that, which I think a lot of people have an ethical issue with streaming, and I understand why. They're absolutely robbing us blind.
Yeah.
And the system is completely rigged, and the only people making money off of streaming are the companies and the major labels that are paying into the equity of that whole system. And my brother and I and our manager, we run a small record label, and we are trying so hard to keep things artist friendly, being artists ourselves. And one of the things that I have kind of noticed is, like, in order to make a record label profitable, you kind of have to fuck people over. And so if you're not willing to fuck people over, then you set your earning potential at a certain point and it's fixed. And that's not something that we're willing to change in our business practice. So that means that we are limited to what we can generate as a business. So, I mean, I understand, but the thing that drives me the most nuts is none of this exists without musicians, but the musicians are the ones who we stand the most to gain, for sure. But it's just such a small percentage. So something like Spotify, I think it's criminal, the rates that they're paying people.
Oh yeah.
And I sincerely hope that there's a day when that changes. But also, my band wouldn't have a career, and like the ability for somebody to go to some random playlist and hear my band and fall in love. I mean, that would never happen 20 years ago. So it's like this. So when the AI
but then you're buying into the whole thing. They're giving us exposure. That's literally what you just said.
No, I know. Except for, yeah, no, you're right. And in any other situation, I think that's bullshit. But I don't know. I think being able to circumvent the major label gatekeeper is
absolutely. But with the major labels, you still got a lot more money.
Yeah.
Than with what bald fuckhead Ek is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I took all my music, probably 10 albums, off of Spotify.
Yeah.
And I have people writing me weird frames with where these albums. I'm like, look, Apple Music is more fair to us. I mean, they're also the devil, but not as much.
Not as much.
And Ek is the guy that's saying, what you do has really no value. Anyone can do it. He's now taking all the money that he's ripping off from musicians and putting it into AI weapon designs.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy
Yeah.
wholly. Like, I think Spotify is absolutely the worst.
And they're feeding the whole platform with their own AI created music.
Yeah.
I love working with AI created music for fun, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And the course is called, I don't remember anymore, something, a guide to AI music production. Creative Guide to AI Music Production, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because I like to have an AI song created. I just sit here and I make videos about gear, right?
Yeah.
And then I strip it of everything.
Yeah.
Maybe keep the melody, redo the drums.
See, and I think that's...
It's so much fun for that.
Somebody talking about AI. I mean, this is not something that I spend a lot of time thinking about. They're way more... I mean, yourself, certainly. My brother's really into AI and stuff like that. But, so my interest in AI is pretty shallow. But somebody said, I don't want AI to be making art so that I can do the laundry. I want AI to do the laundry so that I can make art. So I use ChatGPT constantly to help me solve problems, and I like to build amps and stuff. And it's like, my amp sounds like shit. How come? What do I have to change to make my amp sound better? It's great for that, and I think what you're using it for is great.
But what you just said, you said art. It's not art. I would never take one of those songs and upload it on Spotify saying, "Here's my song."
Yeah.
Like, I write a song about the Lulis amp, and the chorus is Luli 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 Lulis. It's a fun little metal thing because the guy played for Accept. It's a fun thing for an amp review. Okay, it's not art. It's not a song.
Yeah.
I would never encourage someone to have something created by Tsuno and then upload it somewhere and say, "Here's my music." What I'm promoting is, you want to write a cool power metal riff.
Yeah.
And because you're done learning from other bands and you've learned all the riffs, have a power metal song created, split it into stems, erase the guitars, and have some creative fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think these things are great tools, and I get so sick of people going like, "Oh, nobody knows how to engineer anymore, and nobody knows how to play guitar anymore," and blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, people still absolutely do. And like, I mean, I remember working in a studio, and I was talking about, I wish we could still work to tape because tape sounds so much better. And the engineer was like, "Have you ever been on a session that was being recorded to tape?"
Hell no.
And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, I worked with tape for 30 years, and I'll tell you, sure, some things do sound better, but you sit around cutting tape, trying to edit, and you tell me you wouldn't rather be in Pro Tools? You're a fucking liar."
I had to cut tape at Berkeley. I did one night session sitting there cutting tape to know what it's like.
Yeah.
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm old. Yeah, fuck that.
So I think these tools are really, and I think, same thing with like auto-tune and Melodyne and being able to edit things. Like, there is a limit for sure. If somebody comes into the studio who cannot sing, who cannot make music,
which is what pop music is doing with autotune, and it's bastardizing it
for sure. But like, I tune my vocals all the time in the studio, and it's not because I'm not capable of singing in tune. It's because that take is fucking incredible, and there's one note that makes it unusable. I'm gonna bump that motherfucker up, and boom, you know. And it's like, though, and you tell me that the Beatles wouldn't have used that if, and it's like, and for me, it's not about being perfect or anything. So I do very little tuning. Like, I'm not tuning everything across the board, but I'll go and fix a note here, a note there.
No, you had the great take.
And and so I think it's like, you need to use these tools because they're brilliant, and they allow you to access parts of your own creativity that you didn't have before. And I think it is all art in its own way. But where I struggle with it is when it takes away the necessity for a human.
When Spotify goes and spams their own platform with their own AI created bands, so that they don't have to pay out percentages to actual bands, that's where the line needs to be drawn.
Well, that's criminal.
There should not be AI music on Spotify. They can have Spotify and the AI Spotify, where users clearly know everything we're listening to is fake.
Yeah.
That's good. But intermingling with it and having playlists that are both, so that they can get more money,
fine.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I love working with AI, but I'm out. That's not cool.
Yeah.
We move on. So to let's make Derek some money. So how are the Joey Landreth amps different than the standard D20 or D25?
We've changed the voicing of them a little bit to my sort of specifications. We worked on shaping the bottom end so that it's a little more...
He said bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Yeah. So, primarily I play live. That's my main sort of bread and butter, and
This can go live.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Oh yeah, no, it can absolutely. So we worked on shaping the bottom end, shaping the mid range a little bit to suit my playing. It's still very much a D20. It's got all the bells and whistles, the torpedo embedded and on board.
Do you use the torpedo live or do you mic?
I mic it live. Yeah. I use the torpedo in the studio quite a bit, and there are certain instances where we will use it live just because it like throw and go super fast, but I'm always firing a real cabinet. The only time that I've used IRs live were very specific settings where we're on in-ears. Like if we're playing a super small room and the stage volume needs to be as manageable as humanly possible, I'll use an IR in that situation.
I had an eye-opening experience when I did the D40 with a 212 vertical cap, and I mic'd that, and I also ran as backup preset number 1, which seems to be kind of that cab or similar.
Yeah.
And then later I go into Cubase and I'm comparing, and I switch back between the mic'd cab and then that IR, if you want to call it that, Dyne IR. I literally couldn't tell the difference. And usually there's a pretty big difference between my mic setup and that, but that one is so well done, and it seemed to have been exactly that cab with those speakers that AB was exactly the same.
The only time that I feel like I can hear the IRs, because so many of them are so well done, is when you start to layer things.
Yeah.
Then like, it's like, if I'm doing one solo for somebody remote, I'll just use an IR. But if it's like, hey, I really want, a rhythm part and a solo and some fills, and I want this and I want that, then I'll use a real cabinet. I couldn't tell you what it is that I'm hearing, but it just seems to be something that gets built up over multiple takes, where there's just and it's not like a digital artifact, but it's just something that feels a little off.
You're also doing such rootsy, true, and honest music, where the idea, honestly, of not using something that looks like that with an actual cab in a room with mics in front of it, it's kind of weird. If you're doing metal, it wouldn't feel weird.
Right.
But with the music you do, which is so alive and, it's words. It's so words.
It's words, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And I'm the kind of guy that, like, I have a lot of outboard gear. I also have a lot of great plugins. I will use the outboard gear as long as I have enough inputs and outputs. I'll use the outboard gear way before I use plugins, only because I like doing it. I like turning the knob, and like I did a mix for one of our live videos, and I used all outboard gear. And then I had to tear my studio down because we're doing some renovations. So the next mix I had to do all in the box. I can't tell the difference. I'm also not like a world-class mixing engineer or anything, but like,
if you have the real gear, use the real gear.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody that one is better than the other. I just like it. It's like, same thing with like putting a record on. Like, you have a great CD player and a great hi-fi. CDs are probably sonically going to sound better. I like taking the record out of the thing, putting it on the turntable.
It's celebrating music in a different way.
It's just the tradition. It's like I really like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I'm also like, I like to do pour over coffee, but if I'm in a hurry, I'm using my automatic coffee machine. But I like this because I like the routine.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, for me, that's a special thing, to have your hands on the dials and watch the meter and dial things in, and it's fun.
You're celebrating the act.
I like it. Yeah.
Derek said something, and we have to always consider that he doesn't know fuck all, right?
Right.
About, you're in a messed up tuning, something low, and that the low end is more or less, or one of those two.
The resonant sort of peak of the bottom end is just shifted a little bit, and I would say that there's a bit of a shelf. This guitar is just in open E, so it's like it's just normal. But
you're usually in open C, right?
I'm often in open C, but the big inspiration behind that was just my brother has a really big bass sound. We play in a trio mostly, so his bass sound takes up a lot of space in the bottom end. The kick drum, of course, on stage, and I just find so often that when the guitar comes in, I have to cut all the bottom end out anyway. So I really wanted to shape it so that it still felt big and sounds big, but you're not running into those same sort of like clashing frequency issues.
So it's a bit more thinned out to accommodate for you usually being lower and the low end that's in the band anyway.
Yeah. But I don't think you'd plug into this and feel like, oh, where's the bottom end? Because you can absolutely dial it in.
So generally, people that are fans of Joey Landreth buy the Joey Landreth amp. People that want a brown thing buy this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a cool look, except for the teal doesn't work at all.
I like the teal with the brown.
Well, I want the teal on mine because mine is fucking teal.
Hey, if we're talking color theory, I'm pretty sure brown inverted is teal. I don't know anything about that, and I could completely be talking out of my ass.
It's close. I mean, it's definitely complementary color. It's somewhere in the yellow.
Now you're changing your tune. It's okay if you don't like it, Henning. It's fine.
It's just, it looks very modern.
We can kiss about it later. What?
What? No tongue. How did you find the slide?
My dad both my parents loved slide players growing up, and I tried to avoid it as long as I could.
This morning, were you looking for it?
It was in the bottom of my suitcase.
Okay, continue.
No, that's fine. That's no. My parents really love slide guitar, so lots of Little Feat, Lowell George, Bonnie Raitt, Ry Cooder, David Lindley, and of course Sonny Landreth, who we're sort of related, but I didn't meet him until 2023. But he was also a big influence on me too. So
I have a slide.
Yeah?
This is how far I got.
Nice.
In my career using slides.
Dude, slide it's hard. I've been doing it for 15 years, something like that. And, I'm like kind of known for it, and I still find it hard. And if I need to play something difficult, I will take the slide off to do it.
I'm supposed to do a video, fully paid. It's technically an easy video for the Black Mountain Pigs. They have a slide that is more like a ring.
Oh yeah, right.
And it goes like, and it actually clicks on, so it's really stable. But it's only for like one string.
Yeah, and those are hard to use, man. And those are really hard to use.
And I'm not a slide player, A, and B. Now you're telling me it's hard to use. So I was playing around with it. I'm like, I wouldn't feel right showing that off to people without actually knowing what to do with it. But that's a long process of working my way into it to do a single video.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that yet because I don't know how to approach it.
I have no advice. I'm sorry.
And I'm stylistically everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, from, prog metal to singer-songwriter stuff and anything that don't really care. If it's music, I'll make it. So I don't necessarily have the time to invest into learning how to play slide, which would put me into a very fixed corner musically.
Sure.
And Germans and the blues is not necessarily, we don't have a big background. I do, by the way, have the blues course on spectreacademy.net, which is in German telling you everything about the blues. It's interestingly a good course, because I think...
I'm sure it is.
Because all the stuff that... Well, I'll show you, because I can play guitar. I have one.
And he's got the blues.
So my approach was, when you grow up in the bayou on the porch, I don't know,
of Germany.
Yeah. No, you learn the blues by listening to it.
Yeah.
And you feel it. You don't know what you're doing, but you know what to bend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a very intellectual approach musician.
Yeah.
I'm not a great musician. Everything I know, I have to learn.
Yeah.
Okay? We all know the bendy. okay, we know where the flat 5 is there.
Mm-hmm.
But do we know where it is in other places?
Right.
Because most people don't.
Yeah.
So I made 6 lessons on showing you in every one of the pentatonic boxes with little licks where the flat 5 is.
Cool.
So when you're in the first one, because it's here, and here you can actually play stuff. That's something you would never play here.
Yeah.
Because it's just not...
Yeah.
The guitar is a very geographical thing, right? If you know what I mean.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah. And then we all know it's... Okay, but... That's something that I didn't know existed. I'm like, this is how people do that, right?
Yeah.
So I show all these locations, but that's a very intellectual approach. Not a, I feel it, not a, I grew up with the blues.
Yeah.
When you're there, that's stuff that you wouldn't play in the 5th position.
Yeah.
So in that course, I show that, but then we move on to the major 3rd. Where's the major 3rd everywhere, and why?
Yeah.
Because you can't just play the major 3rd willy-nilly any way you want. If you're playing it down, sounds completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Makes
Makes more
blues,
sense.
but-
yeah.
down doesn't work.
Yeah.
It almost sounds as if I can play blues, but it isn't.
Right.
It's all intellectualized. And then we do the same thing. There's 6 lessons for major 6, and I explain why, but it is all harmony, theory, showing you in every box with little licks on how to do
4
that.
chord.
So when I play blues, it is an approximation of what a blues player who feels it would play.
Right.
Because I'm fucking German. Okay? I also don't do the bossa nova. I could.
But if you go to spectre.net, you can find an almost, but not quite, full, complete course for bossa nova guitar.
No, that's I have not done that. No, but you can buy the blues course if you want to know what this stuff does. Nobody's gonna buy shit.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, there's something. So we have 2 more. Okay, what pedals are most important for you?
It always changes. It's always changing. But right now, I mean, I've gone through a lot of phases. I was a big fuzz guy for a long time.
They're called phasers.
Phasers. I've gone through many different phasers. That's actually something I've never gotten into, is a phaser. And people are always going like, yeah, but here's how you could use a phaser. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I like the sound of a phaser when other people do it. Same thing with like an AC30. I've heard some of the greatest guitar sounds come out of an AC30. And when I plug into an AC30, it just sounds like a loud fart.
For me, it's like some kind of overdrive into some kind of already driven amp. So we get the high gain elite, give me some kind of delay behind it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy.
The thing that have regularly been a part of my sound is something relatively high gain for my environment, that cleans up with the volume knob. And a short delay.
Okay.
I think that just comes from being a really big Robin Ford fan, and he's always got a little bit of a short delay.
So he's got a short one.
I did not say that.
You heard it here. Robin Ford.
Henning said that. I did not say that.
Robin Ford has a short one. He said it.
Okay, this interview is over.
So, Derek clearly said not to mention the pedal, so we're not mentioning the pedal, Derek. We're not doing it.
The purple one, the unmentionable.
No, we're not. I don't know.
This is a custom feature for my pedal board. I didn't have a spot to put a tap tempo button.
So it's underneath.
No, I just wired it. I just drilled a hole through and wired a
It's actually in the board.
It's in the board, yeah.
So you got some drives there.
Yeah.
And some fuzzes.
Yeah.
Don't you know nobody needs fuzz? I read it.
Yeah.
Constitution or something. But maybe not the Canadian Constitution.
No, it's definitely not in the Canadian
In
Constitution.
Germany, we are not allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
Thou shalt not use fuzz.
Yeah. I don't know how to say that in German, but
Sie sollen kein Fass benutzen.
yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I have a German-made fuzz right here, the Bonk Machine by my friend Dan. Sorry, this is up way too high.
It when you play it, it's got something.
Yeah.
'Cause you know how to use it. Mm-hmm. But it of course always has that kind of square wavy synthy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I studied sound design. If I want synthesizers, I use synthesizers.
Yeah, fair.
And I like to be, German control freak. That's why, I intellectualize the blues, which is just horrible. Don't do that. But I like to be in control.
Yeah.
And what fuzzes do is they take over, and
Yeah.
they demand a different playing and different music from you.
Yes.
So you have to give in.
Yeah.
And I refuse to give in.
That's fair. That's totally fair. That's what I like about them, is that they force you have to change your approach, and I think creatively that does a lot for me.
It could be a writer's block thing.
Yeah.
When, turn on a fuzz, because all of a sudden you have to play differently and work around it.
Yeah. The unmentionable pedal.
I really wish it was called Ref's Unmentionables. I really wish that was the name.
Hey, it's not released yet, so we can rebrand it.
That sounded really good, even though it says Ref on it.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. And
Well, let them break out into actual good stuff.
this guy, he's getting me in trouble.
He called my house gay.
I did not.
Well, he did.
I can hear him.
Yeah,
laughing now.
he's enjoying that.
Yeah, he is. He did say that about your house. He said other things about your house, but I can't say it on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. You want to talk about the other pedals, or do you care?
You've got a big thing that says no.
Yeah, that's a prototype. I can't tell you about that.
Okay, so we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
You got a vocoder?
This is another Dan Drive pedal. It's his idea is it's Ry Cooder circa 1987 in a pedal, and I think it does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta take your word for it.
Yeah.
I like Hanson.
You look handsome.
It's my favorite band, yeah. So I wouldn't know.
Wow, bop, baby.
You know they do other stuff.
I mean, does it matter?
Apparently not.
Yeah, the record Get Rhythm has got some of my favorite and Dan's favorite guitar sounds on it, so he chased that down in pedal format, and yeah, and then this is my main drive. It's made by a British guy who lives in Canada. So Kingsley pedals.
I heard very good things about them.
They're wonderful.
They don't ever call me, so I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have the biggest online presence, so don't hold that against him. He's just in there in his workshop with his.
Yeah, some people.
He's also probably a better guitar player than literally everyone.
Really?
Yeah, go to his YouTube page. The dude is like he's like I don't know, fusion, jazz, blues, rock. Like, I mean, he can play anything, and he is actually better than everybody.
Wow.
But and he also makes really great pedals and amps, and he's a really nice guy. So he'll never make it in this world.
The Quint Factor. I
Yeah.
don't know how many points it was, but something like that.
Yeah.
Halo delay is great.
Yes.
On mine, I'm in the back with a mohawk and a cigarette and a belt that says fuck, because they found a very old picture of me online where I was posing for a punk album, and they printed that on the back.
Really?
Yeah, and they put a halo on me. Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
So it's very nice.
Yeah.
And then the Harmonious Monk is just the dirtiest, stinking, freaking swooshy wooshy one.
Mwah.
It's great.
It's the best.
I always forget how it works with the hold this in and do this and this slow, fast. I always have to read the manual again.
This is the Mark II, so it doesn't have any of that. It just has a tap tempo instead.
No, it's got that too.
Really?
It can do the speeding up and slowing down. Yeah, it can do all of it.
It goes to show that I can't read. You heard it here first.
Reading is hard.
Reading is hard.
Is it harder for Canadians?
I think it's harder for Germans, but yeah, your language is, I think, more difficult than English.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But if you can't read at all, everything is hard.
She said. That's what she said.
This interview's over.
Last one. What effects can't you live without?
Probably some kind of overdrive. Like I need to have something to, unless I have a really dirty amp. I don't know. I don't know. I could live without anything, I think, except for air. Yeah.
I feel it would probably be delay.
Yeah.
Because just playing a dry amp isn't very inspiring to me.
Okay, so what are the parameters here? Like, do we have reverb on our amp? Like we're talking about, there's the
let's say the amp is
dry. Okay, then I would have to say reverb. I need reverb because just some kind of bluesy guy.
Yeah, because I could noodle away with a clean sound if it's inspiring.
Yeah.
With a bit of delay and reverb or only delay on it.
Yeah.
If I have to pick, then it's delay.
Yeah.
But just dry is not super.
No, I can't. Yeah, that's something I can't live with.
I would say just if it's too dry, it doesn't get you anywhere. But that could be misinterpreted.
That would be very inappropriate.
So we'll end this here, so you can go to better countries.
Just different countries.
Oh,
Belgium. We're going to Belgium. Is Belgium better than Germany?
In do you know The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
In the original radio series, every incarnation was different. The books are not exactly like the radio series.
Okay.
There's bits missing, but then there's new stuff in the books. And the TV series was slightly different. The movie's slightly different. But in the original radio series, which was the very, very original, there's this whole joke about Belgium. And then Fort Prefect laughs and laughs and laughs. And says, why? Because, Belgium is a curse word. It's literally the worst curse word you can use in the whole universe. And frickin' Earthlings used it for a country. So Belgium is an insult. The word Belgium.
Go Belgium yourself.
It's like, yeah, Belgium, man. So I actually wrote a song when Douglas Adams died. And it was sung by Mike Keneally.
Okay.
And he played some guitar on it. And there's this line like, Belgium, man, yes, Belgium. That should be pretty clear. He didn't know what he was singing, but he sang it ridiculously well.
Yeah.
Watching him in the studio, crazy.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
He's
a monster.
He's insane.
Dolphins, rhinos, kakapos, you had your chance to see. What about the rest of us who had a different dream? I am tempted to use just one word to show you how I feel. Belgium, man, yes, Belgium, should be pretty clear. We are wrong, just asking questions and are happy not to know.
You learned things about this man, and now you can go and go to use the links to buy this amp, which he says is good. I can't get the pedal yet; it's unmentionable. And also Spectre Academy, that you can buy things there and learn things from a German. That's it, unless you want to say anything.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
I've said lots.
Yep. Animals at the end.